nobody like this. You ain't seen nobody like this. You hear my sound all over town singing. Whoa. You ain't seen nobody like this. You ain't seen nobody like this. You hear my sound all over town singing. Whoa. I think there's something in the water. If you wanna take a sip, but be careful what you wish for. The faint of heart can't handle it. Everybody wants a piece of someone else's prize, but it ain't free, it don't come cheap. Only the strongest will survive. You ain't seen nobody like this.
Good evening. Thank you for turning in to SA Soccer Roundtable. Sorry, the cat feeder decided to feed right there for that here. Joining me tonight is Rafa. Royce unfortunately had some family commitments in the last little bit here that unfortunately he's not going to be able to join us again tonight here, but hopefully next week he'll be back with us here. Rafa, how are you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Had a fun-filled afternoon of extra time soccer for the Euro Cups.
Yeah, today was a wild day. We'll just start out with the Euros here, since that's got to be on everybody's mind. Today here, just with 14 goals today, 6 between France and Swiss, and Croatia and Spain had 8. Went to PKs. France is out. Switzerland moves on, which I think is probably the upset of the tournament at this point. And then Spain. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a shocker there today.
And then Spain got past Croatia on a pretty bad own goal to start out. By the goalie, and
the 9th own goal.
Yeah, that was bad. It was a back kick, and you could tell he took his eye off the ball, and it was done. But you got to give credit to Spain. They came back, and then Croatia came back, and then Spain put it on them in extra time with the 2 goals. And then France. I thought for sure when Switzerland missed that PK that was going to open the door, and it did. But the Swiss came back and tied it, and they were able to hang on and in PKs get the job done. Earlier, you had Belgium over Portugal, Italy over Austria, and Denmark. In that great story, they destroyed the Wales 4-0, and Czechs beat Netherlands. I know you talked about the Netherlands always come up a little bit short, and I was like, no, this year will be different, and well, you ended up being right. Tomorrow, Sweden and Ukraine, and then will it come home, or will Scott's team take out England here? So
the Deutschland and the Queen's favorite team.
I'm looking forward to that one. That's be 11 a.m. kickoff here, so that'll be a very interesting game. I favor England going in. I know that's probably on the minority side, and history says Germany should be, but I think England's been playing better. But we will see. You have any predictions for tomorrow?
Watch out with Ukraine. I think they're gonna knock off Sweden. Just something about that team. They're kind of like similar to what Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic did. Just kind of look out for that team. England and Germany. I mean, are we gonna get the Germany from the beatdown they did on Portugal, or the one they lost, or the close one with Hungary? In England, Harry Kane needs to step up. You want to make millions, make more money playing at Man City. Well, here's your chance right here to show it.
He's trying to force his way out, right?
I think so.
So
he's not showing anything right now if he's not scoring.
So moving to lower league action here in UWS, the San Antonio Athenians had a 6-0 win over Central Texas Hornets. I actually went and saw the game up there in Buda. Like I said, here was, outside of the heat, it was, for the Athenians, they just worn down the Central Texas Hornet. It was 2-0 at half. They got the second goal right before half. And then, towards the end, because they were playing, it was 97, 98, but, on the turf field, it's probably well over 100. And just with the depth that the Athenians had, and unfortunately, they just wore down, the Hornets for that here. So the Athenians, clinched the playoff spot here. They've got played 8, 7 wins, 1 loss to Lone Star Republic. So right now they're in first. However, Lone Star Republic still got 2 games, in hand at 18 points, and most likely will be finishing in the first slot. Third and fourth, and I guess you got to throw WoSo in Williamson County in to see, because I've heard rumors that the top 3 make the playoffs. Right now, that would be Side FC at 6 games played, 10 points, 3 wins, one draw, and 2 losses. FC Austin's played 8, like the Athenians, 3 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. And Wilco's got 9 points, but 7 games played, 3 wins, 4 losses. So through there, here, and then rounding up, you got Alcanines, Fort Worth, Back County, and Syntex Hornets for that here. So for UWS, like I said here, it's all about the Athenians and making the playoffs here, as you can see by their Twitter account here. That they'll be, hopefully we'll get more information on the playoffs, the structure, where it's going to be at, like I said here, it's going to be at a central location, or is it at the team that wins the title here for that here. So moving on to the WPSL, the Surf unfortunately ended the season with back-to-back losses. They lost 6-0 to Houston Aces, and lost 1-0 to Lone Star. So unfortunately, they finished the year without winning a match or scoring a goal for it here. So rough year for the San Antonio Surf. Blossoms had a mixed weekend. They beat Lone Star 4-1, but lost to the league leaders, AHFC Royals, 2-0 from Houston. AHFC Royals are just in a separate class at this point here. So hats off to both the Blossoms and the Surf, because I don't believe either one will make the playoffs here. For that here, I haven't seen the playoff structure for the WPSL. Obviously, the Surf aren't making the playoffs, finishing last. Most likely, the Blossoms are tied for second. But the Aces have 1 more match to play and have a better goal differential at this point. So if it is just the top 2, if it's the top 3, then the Blossoms may squeak in for that here. But please follow the Athenians either on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I'm sure they'll keep us posted as far as the playoff matchups and details and when that's going to be. I believe they've got 1 more match, if memory serves me correct, maybe 2 more matches coming up here. But thoughts on the Athenians, from you, Rafa?
That's a good win they had this past weekend, and just getting momentum. You want to build up momentum going into the playoffs, and hopefully, like I said, going into the playoffs, they can go make a deep run. We'll find out who they face. So hey, go cheer them on. The more fans, the better. Kind of intimidate the other team, and hopefully they can get a good play. Get a playoff when they're if they have the opportunity to play at home.
So, moving on to San Antonio FC, and everybody takes a deep breath because it's another tie against the last place team, and it's one of those that I think you kind of have to look at kind of 2 ways. getting a point on the road, especially Salt Lake, is generally good. Would you like the 3 points? Yes, but if you can get the Scott's hoping for the game in North Texas, for that here. Scott, you can come down. I got a new couch, man. I'm sure Rafa can also, help host you as well if you wanted to make it down here. Come share some beers. But I don't even know where to start with SAFC. Like I said, I think getting the point, it's not the worst thing, but yet, I did a good, bad, and ugly on San Antonio FC's record. The good is they've only got 2 losses. Only El Paso has less losses, and they haven't lost at all yet. They've got 6 ties, which leads the league. So to me, I put that in the bad. And the ugly is there's only 3 teams that have as few of has less wins than they do, and that's Loudoun, Real Monarchs, and the Oakland Roots. And Oakland Roots have only played 5 matches. So it is what it is. So your thoughts on the state of San Antonio FC right now with the 1-1 draw again?
I think this was a game, especially we had against Monarchs. Great team, good experience. I mean, the goalkeeper's 16 years old.
16 years old, yep.
We needed to pepper him, with a bunch of. That wasn't the case, and then especially that first half. With all that experience that we have from those players, especially some that have MLS experience, we should really put a buck Saturday, but that wasn't the case. And, you're starting to wonder, like I said, with 6 ties, I was kind of looking at the numbers, like those out of the 6 ties, I think 4 of those should have been wins. Those 4 wins, we're probably in the top two right now in the division.
Yeah, it's
and so that was something wrong. Something's wrong. What it needs to be fixed. Who's kind of frustrated. This team was built to win and to go deep in the playoffs, and we're just not seeing the dividends out of this so far.
And the team's got to be frustrated because you can. Neither side's playing bad, but neither side's playing great, and I think that's where the issue kind of runs into. Is I think if you would have said going into the season that San Antonio allows about a goal a game, you would think, hey, that's great. It's you allow a goal a game. USL Championships a solid league. For that here. But to me, the issue, and I don't even blame the forwards because you got Patino. He has 5 goals, and he just came back and he looked a little rusty. But Dylan started picking up, his scoring. He's had back-to-back goals. But to me, I think where this team is struggling is the midfield. And how many times did we hear in the first half before they cut off the sound from Marcina, why are you forcing it, or you could see the frustration that he has coming through on the microphone during that first half. And I think the second half they played better, but to me it's still an underperforming team at this point. Are you there, Rafa? And I think we've lost Rafa here. He's frozen. So to me, just kind of looking at while Rafa's getting situated here, just kind of looking at the standings here. For the Mountain Division. RGVs, first place still 17 points, 10 played, 5 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. El Paso is the one that, to me, they've only played 7 games. They've got 15 points, so they've got 3 games in hand on us. And they just signed a couple of good players again. So they're going to be deep and being able to make a run. The Switchbacks, played 8 matches, 14 points, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses here. And you have to really look after that first match there. They've really started putting together. If you look at their form, they're undefeated in their last 5, just like El Paso has for that here. New Mexico, which beat San Antonio 2-0 in there. In New Mexico, 9 games played, 4 wins, 14 points. The Bold, who we faced this week, 12 points, same points as us, but 1 game less, 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses, pretty even year, 9-9. And then, of course, we set 6 at 12 points, 10 matches played, only 2 wins, which I think is the big issue right now. 6 draws, 2 losses, and the 13-12. And if you look at it here, we're actually on a 6-game winless streak at this point. And then of course the Monarchs, picked up 2 draws, so they're at 7 points for that here. Looking over in the Pacific, just to kind of give you an update of where they're at. Phoenix Rising, is the class of the Pacific right now. 9 games played, 19 points, plus 13 goal difference. Orange County's kind of sneaked in, only 8 games played with 14. Loyal have rebounded strong, from their 0-4 start to where their last 6, they're undefeated with 4 wins, 2 draws, and the 4 losses, and the 4 losses were at the start of the year. LA Galaxy's hanging on to the 4th spot at 12 points. Tacoma. The other huge disappointment, like San Antonio, is Sacramento. They've got 7 points, 8 games played, 2 wins, one draw, 5 losses. And you look at their last 5, they're winless in 6 as well. But instead, like the advantage that SA has is they're getting draws, where Sacramento is getting losses. The Lights at 9 games played. If you wanted to go to a water balloon fight, you can go to the Lights match. They have the same amount of wins as San Antonio. And the Roots, as we discussed, due to field issues, 5 matches played, 5 points for that here. And since we've got a Copa Tejas update here coming up here with the Bold here, El Paso, still perfect, 6 points. RGV, 5 points, but they played 5 matches. So that's, even though they're in second place, they're actually not in as good a position as you think. Austin Bold, 2 matches played, 3 points, and then San Antonio, 3 points, but 3 matches played. And that's why this week is extremely important for San Antonio FC to be able to get that, be able to get that draw on here. Rafa, are you back at this point?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I'm so sorry about it, but some technical issues. So if I have to go, if I can't cut off, I'll probably be on the cell phone. I guess I don't have this as far as I heard about the losses, and we'll only have 2, but it's coming into this game. We need to start winning some games. We need to stay within the top 4. But
yeah, I think we're having issues with you, Rafa, here. So, sorry.
Understand the road, and we.
I think we're having issues with the Rafa. So, what we may do is cut this one short, and then we'll see if we can maybe do it later on in the week or not for that here. Just like I said here, with I'm sure people don't want to listen to me. They can get my opinions on Twitter fairly easy. But I think we got the main things here. I know you're on vacation, Rafa, so we'll let you continue with your vacation, and then, like I said here, we may try to pick something up maybe a little bit later in the week if Royce and I might reach out to Mark Bay of the Striker Texas, or if the Bold podcast is still going around, maybe reach out to them. Rafa, any final thoughts? I hate to cut it short, but like I said here, with the value, with the production here, it's unfortunate. It's just not our night. Kind of like SAFC up in Seattle, or not Seattle, Salt Lake, the last 3 matches.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with the Wi-Fi connection. It might be because of the storms that are around the area. That's probably why. But because this, going into, like I said, these games coming up, especially Saturday's game against the Bold, it's very important that we need to get these 3 points, and we need to take care of business at home. We can't afford another tie. We need to get a win.
Not at home.
Yeah, build some confidence, and then hopefully out of that, during that little international break, things can get a little bit, we can kind of regroup, and then, it's going to be a little tough haul this July, because I know there's going to be some road games. There's going to be some Wednesday games too. This is our time to make the move, and hopefully, like I said, get back into the top 4 before we get into the meat of the schedule mid-August all the way to October.
Yeah, with the 2 international games, with the team's injury depth, hopefully we'll have academy, see more academy kids play. However, from my experience, when we have these matches, it's typically the starters coming in, just because you want to have a good product on the field for Liga MX, to come in. So I won't lie to you. I was happy with 1, but having with 2, so they'll play Saturday, Tuesday, and then Friday, right? And then I think they pick up the following Wednesday. So even though USL wise they'll be on break here, unfortunately team wise, hopefully we'll see a lot more rotation and along those lines here. But no rest, unfortunately, for the SAFC players. Hopefully they'll be able to get in, and Uruguay just scored a PK to go ahead of Paraguay, so in Copa America. But so good for Uruguay.
Well, hopefully these international games, we get to see players like Ethan Bryant and Leo Torres. Hoping we'll get to see a little bit more of him. A couple of other academy players, maybe out of those games, who's to say someone might shine and, maybe hopefully get an earner spot and get into that rotation. And, they could be that missing piece that spark the team and get it going once we get back to USL play. So it's going to be a good experience, like I said, going against Querétaro and Pumas, because the Pumas, had a good season a couple years ago. Querétaro, they're kind of, even though they're a bottom on the table team, they still got talent. So it should be a good matchup for San Antonio to see, where they're at. But like I say, if I'm one of those younger players or the bench players, hey, I want to take full advantage of this, show my talents, and see, hopefully out of this I can get into that rotation.
Yeah, and one final shout out that I want to give out to is to the SAFC Pro Academy teams that played in the MLS Next for that here. I know the U16s won their first match against LA United Football Academy 3-1. Unfortunately lost to Weston FC in the next round. But Weston FC's in the final on their side for that here. So, congratulations to them. And then I think the U17, I think they were in the showcase, right? I believe is what they were.
15, I think.
Yeah, the U17s played 2 matches so far, have won both of their matches at this point, lead their group, for what it's worth. They beat Seacoast 2-0, and then the first round that's who they beat first, and then they came back and beat Los Angeles United Football 3-1 as well. They have one more match, I believe. Let me see here. I thought they got one more match. Yeah, they got one more match tomorrow morning against PA Classics. At 11 a.m. For that here. So they're doing very well, and that actually be for the 2 games, 1 point. So they got 2 types. So they may have actually already won their group, with the 6 points, because PA Classics got 2, Los Angeles United's got 1, and Seacoast has got 1. And then I think they had the U15s, right?
Yeah, the U15.
We're also up there, and I think they were showcase. Let's see here. So the U15s actually had played the 3 matches, lost the Beach Side Soccer Club 1-0 on the 25th, beat LA United Football Academy 2-1, and then tied actually to this morning here, tied TSF Academy 4-4. So that looked like a pretty thrilling match, for that here, lots of goals for that here. So it's looking like that they finished second in their group for that here, and they beat the group winner, but that loss to the Beach Side, unfortunately prevented them from winning their group there. So outstanding job by the SAFC Pro Academy for that here. You represented San Antonio very well in the MLS Next Club. Looking forward to see see each side grow even more next year.
It looks like LA United doesn't want to play. Doesn't like playing SAFC. I don't think anytime soon.
Yeah, so I thought, like I said here, I thought it's great to see the investment with the academy that SAFC has done. It seems like they're getting a little bit better results with the academy than we are with the first team right now. But you got to believe that if this team can finally click, that it'll go well. And I know Royce is probably sitting back there going, "It's gonna click. Just give them some time. Let the boys get healthy." So hopefully they can turn things around this week against Austin. I know Royce likes this matchup very well against Austin, just on how they play. They set back a lot, but Austin San Antonio is always it'll be an interesting matchup here. It is the full capacity. I believe tickets are still on sale. Fireworks, 4th of July. If you haven't been out to Toyota Field, please do. It's a fun experience. Tailgates. I know. Crocketeers are planning on having a good one. 210 Alliance is planning on having one. I haven't heard about Mission City, but usually for big games like this, it wouldn't shock me if maybe they put together something a little bit more. But with everybody being back for that here, any final thoughts that you have here?
Just like I said, sorry for the little technical difficulties on that on my end, but I'm just looking forward to this game. Like I said, for Saturday against Bold, it's a Copa Texas matchup that we do need to get some points. If we want to win that trophy, we need to win this game, and and then look forward to the other games. Like I said, we have a Tuesday night game against Querétaro. I don't think we've ever played on a Tuesday night. So I think that'll be a first. I think for SAFC, and then the other matchup with Pumas on Friday, and then there's some more soccer at the Alamo Dome. I know Club America is going to be coming. They're bringing some of their big guns from some of the videos I've seen. I think Layoon's going to be there, a couple of other guys. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you still have the Monterey Chivas matchup on the Sunday as well. So some good stuff. And then we'll see what comes out tomorrow as far as with the Euro Cup and who gets into the quarterfinals. We'll have probably another wacky 2 games like we did today. I'm still to kind of disbelieve France losing, and like I said, I think Mbappe cost himself a contract with Real Madrid, missing that. But like I said, it just shows that, like I said, we're seeing good soccer right now, and then like I said, we have Copa America going on. We'll see. I think they start their knockout round. I think this coming weekend as well. I think everyone's trying to avoid Brazil. That's I think they're going to be probably the favorites to win this one. And then July 10th,
July 3rd is when, or July 2nd is when it starts. Brazil will face the fourth place winner, which right now, would be Chile.
Yeah, Chile had they had the bye, I think, for their group.
Yeah, Chile. So it would be Chile right now. If results hold as they are for that here, and Peru would play, because they finished second, Peru would play Paraguay, right. And then on the 3rd,
Uruguay
you would have Argentina versus Ecuador and Uruguay versus Colombia. So that would be an attractive match.
Yeah. Argentina should have no problem knocking off Bolivia. That should be an easy game for them, unless something happens, which you never know. And then July 10th, we'll start things up with the Gold Cup for the CONCACAF. So that should be interesting. For the matchups there.
Gold Cup. That's a whole. And then the Olympics are right after that, right? Or right around that time?
We forgot about that. Yeah, we forgot about. Yeah.
Oh, we're not in the Olympics, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Yeah, Mexico is.
Scratch that.
So you're a Mexico fan, you can get that. But even
Honduras knocked us out.
Yeah, even that's kind of been also a big question mark, because a lot, and from what I'm reading from a lot of these big teams, they're not letting some of their star players. I think that, like I said, they're like a U23 team, but they're allowed to have, I think, 3 or 4 veteran players, and they're just not allowed. A lot of these teams are not allowed. Like Brazil was supposed to send Neymar. I forgot who else on that squad. And
I heard a report Mexico is, though. Mexico's loading up to try to win it.
I think they are, but there's some injuries too that's been kind of, hampering them, with the team. And rumor has it that supposedly Chicharito might get a call up coming up for.
He's not getting called up.
Well, he's been on a tear.
Did you not? He's on a tear. Oh, but there was a tweet from the Federation that highlighted all of the Mexican players that had scored, minus him.
Yeah, but I think eventually they're gonna have to.
I don't. I mean,
they have to turn to him. For the Gold Cup, they may have to. Right now that's their weak point right now, and they need someone to put some goals, or at least to complement, like I think Atito and also Chucky Lozano. That's what's the missing pieces. Is Raul Jimenez, and hopefully he'll be back playing in September. I think Wolves is kind of keeping him out till he's fully healed from the head fracture. But yeah, the other teams, like I said, the other teams well, we also have the U.S. women's team. We'll see how they stack up, in the Olympics. I'm sure they're going to be the favorites to going in to win, and so we got a couple months worth of soccer tournaments, to enjoy before the season starts, a lot of the European seasons start.
Yeah. So my final thought, number one, I hope Royce and everybody in the family gets feeling better here. Number one, I know you were down last week, and then you mentioned that unfortunately you infected everybody else, so bad on you. Number two, summer's out. It's hot. Be careful. Keep hydrated. Number 3, especially for men, don't be afraid to talk about if you need help. Reach out to friends, family. There's a lot of resources that you can reach out to, but please reach out. Also, was playing for Pride, for Sam Gleedle for that here. We're waiting to have him reach out to us. I think by our calculations, that it's $70 that we will be pitching in. I think in talking with Royce and Rafa, we're probably going to round it up to $100 for that here. That between us, we'll all pitch in for that here to be able to donate. For Athletes Ally, I believe is what it's going to, off the top of my head. So once we get the numbers from Sam. I'm sure Royce has probably a little bit more information. I was going to have him kind of announce that, but without him on, But we're going to donate up to $100 or at least $100, maybe a little bit more for that here. If my calculations, the 4 goals, 3 assists, because unfortunately there were no clean sheets and no wins in the month of June for SAFC. So I believe that would be $70, but we will, we will, match at least up to $100. We'll match at least $100 to, Sam Gleadle and plan for Pride for that here. So, Rafa, sorry we had the hiccups earlier. Royce, sorry we missed you, last minute here. I hope everybody feels well. As Scott mentioned here, as his tagline to end the show, what's life without goals? And like I said here, we're out. Hope everyone has a great week and good luck this weekend.